Hi, and welcome to Cards and Such by Bonnie. Today we are going to be making a beautiful Valentine's Day card. Very simple and easy. We'll be using rub-ons, buttons, rhinestones. So the first thing we need to do is take your cardstock, fold it in half. And then we're going to distress the edges. I'm going to be using a distressor. If you don't have that, you could use the edge of your scissors or an X-Acto knife, pretty much anything that's sharp. We're going to do and then what we're going to do is we're going to squirt some water into our hand. And you're going to run those three distressed edges right through that water. Shake that out and dry it off. And then just take your fingernails and kind of rough up those edges. Pretty roughed up edges. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your red Copic marker. We're going to use the fat end, and we're just going to run it across the edge of our distressed paper. It's okay if your paper's still a little bit wet. That'll just add a little bit of bleeding, adding more character. Alright. Now, the next thing you want to do is we're going to take our air gun, our Copic air gun, and we're going to put this fat end into the air gun. You want to make sure you've got some kind of scrap paper here. And starting on this folded edge, you're going to make dark, and we're going to just get it lighter as we go out. Make it as dark or as light as you want. Now we have this. I'm going to put our lid back on. Next, we're going to do our ribbon. This is the ribbon I have chosen. And I'm going to use this continuous line glue dot ribbon adhesive. I really like this because glue, a lot of times you've got to wait for it to dry, and it doesn't hold as quickly as I want it to. Cut that off. Rub it down to make sure it sticks. Any of these little mistakes. That's what's great about handmade cards. You can usually fix almost any mistake you make. We're just going to set that on there, trim it off. Okay, what we want to do next is we're going to take our rub-on. You're going to decide where you want to place it. You know, you can place it going up, down, whichever way you decide. I'm going to have mine going like this. Usually each rub-on comes with a little popsicle stick looking thing, and you just firmly and slowly rub over the top . So now we've got our rub-on on. If by chance any of your little lines or anything did not rub on, you could use a little marker to fill in, or as we're going to do with these little circles, we're going to add rhinestones. Okay, set that aside for a moment. Now what you need to do is get your little red buttons and your white floss, and we're going to run the floss through the button. So it comes out on top, and then we're just going to tie a knot. Once you've got your knot tied, you're going to trim it so you have a little button with some floss. Now I've already done the others, just to kind of speed time up. Now we're going to take our little small adhesive dots, so now we have our 5 heart buttons on there. Next thing we want to do is we're going to get our stamp and our ink. Put this other stuff out of the way. And we want to stamp 3 of these little flowers that fit off. And then what we're going to do is we're going to color them in using our markers. I have red, pink, and green. I'm going to use the smaller end this time. Of those colored, you're going to cut them out. You'll know that you've done it with your heart. Okay, I have already colored and cut 3 of the ones that we need. Now what we're going to do is use our foam squares. I've got a circle here. I have 2 different sizes. 2 of these I'm going to use the small squares at the bottom, however you want to. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to leave a small little space right here that I can add a larger one. This one's thicker. It's going to stand up just a little bit higher. I'm going to put that right on there. And then I'm going to dig out my gems, my fancy little quick stick, and I'm going to add some gems. Then you're going to turn it over. You're going to add your name. Make sure you take credit, and you're finished. You have a beautiful Valentine's Day card that says, "I love you, I care about you, and I want you to know it." I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to spending more time with you. Thank you.